guys, so for today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the entire Hipdot Spongebob collab. Oh my god, you guys, you don't understand. Growing up from 1999 until I'd say about 2008-ish, probably when SpongeBob episodes weren't like as good as they used to be, I was SpongeBob's #1 fan. That's right, I was SpongeBob's #1 fan. I was obsessed. The show was my favorite show of all time. It was the show I watched when I was feeling sad. It was the show I watched when I was feeling happy. It's the show I watched when I was feeling angry. SpongeBob just always was a way to make me feel good. It made me feel better every time I watched it, and always put a smile on my face, always made me laugh. I still love SpongeBob to this day. I will still watch older SpongeBobs on Amazon Prime and laugh my ass off through every episode. I know that elementary school me would literally be dying over this because 25-year-old me is dying over this, and that should say something. They really went all out with this collection, you guys. Like, they have eyeshadow palette here, they did a blush and a bronzer palette, and then they also did an entire lip gloss set too. And oh my god, you guys, they did sheet masks. I'm sure you guys have seen, they have been all over the internet. They are literally sheet masks of SpongeBob and Patrick's faces. Literally dying. Anyway, you guys, I was so excited about this entire collection and I couldn't wait to put these on my face. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see me try the entire SpongeBob Hipdot collection, then just keep on watching. All right, let's do this. I'm so freaking excited right now. Okay, so the first thing I really wanted to dive into is the Hipdot X SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Eyeshadow Palette. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so happy a brand finally came out with a collection that's like SpongeBob themed. I was living when I saw this. It's beautiful. Very SpongeBob-y colors. I actually really love the color selection. It actually has a really nice mirror in it too, and the palette itself feels extremely sturdy. Like, it doesn't feel cheap at all. God, I'm so excited, you guys. I actually swatched some of the shades earlier and they look very promising. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Now, I forgot a few brushes at home, so if you guys see me struggling and trying to work with a few of these brushes, that is why. I left like my main blending brushes at home, so I'm gonna try to work with what I got here. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna try. All right, the first shade I'm going to dive into, Coral Floral. It's like a normal all over transition shade. Can't believe the brushes I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna use this brush and I'm just gonna dust this all over my lid. Again, we're just using this as like a transition shade. God, this is gonna be so freaking hard. I'm gonna do one eye more like Patrick themed, and I'm gonna do the other eye more SpongeBob themed. All right, so for the first eye, I am going to dive into the shade right here called Imagination. Sorry, I had to do it. I'm gonna dive in with this pencil brush. Normally I would use a blending brush, but all my blending brushes are at my house. And I'm gonna go ahead and just dust this all over my crease. And I'm gonna buff that in and try to blend it out with my finger. This is actually kind of working nicely. It's not too bad. The next shade I'm going to jump into is the shade Wumbo. It's like a really pretty pinky Patricky color. Patricky? Patricky. It's a really pretty color that is totally Patrick's color. I'm gonna go ahead and place the shade. Oh, hey, pigment. Wow. I'm gonna put it on my inner corner, but I'm gonna leave the top lid open. And I'm gonna drag that across and place that on the outer corner as well, because we're going to do a halo eye effect with this. The next shade I'm going to go into is the shade Penny Pincher right here in the palette, and same exact thing. Gonna put this on my inner and outer corners and blend it a little bit in the crease as well, but keeping it away from my lid. Now I'm going to go back into that shade Imagination. I'm just going to try to blend this out better at the top. God, I really wish I had a freaking blending brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Jumpin' Jellyfish. I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna pop that on my lid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that shade Treatum, and I'm gonna pop this more in the middle of that pink shade that we just put down. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right in the middle just to lighten it up a bit. You know what's nice? This palette really doesn't have very much fallout, very little. And then whatever's left over on this brush, I'm just gonna blend out those edges a little bit. All right, that's all I'm gonna do on this side for now. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to this side, which is the Spongebob eye I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the shade Best Shade Ever. I'm also gonna do a halo eye for this too, just so they're not like completely insanely different. One would be like a Patrick halo eye and the other would be a Spongebob halo eye. Plus, I feel like I can play with more colors this way. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that shade. It's like a perfect Spongebob yellow. And I'm gonna start popping this on the inner and outer corner of my eye, and then again, same thing that we did here. Put it upwards a little bit, not touching the middle of the lid, to the inner corner. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that shade Imagination again, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing that we just did with that last shade. All right, now I'm going to dip into the shade Golden Pineapple. I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger as well for this too, and I'm just gonna pop this on my lid. Okay, now I'm gonna start working on the lower lash line. So again, for both sides, the first shade I'm going to go into is this shade Coral Floral. And I'm just gonna drag that all across my lower lash line and buff it out. Okay, so now for the Spongebob eye, I really wanna go in with some of these blues. So I think the first blue I'm going to go into is Bikini Bottom Blue. And I'm just gonna drag that all across my lower lash line. I also really want to go into a little bit more of Penny Pincher, that red shade. Kind of want to get a little bit of his tie in this too, since he wears a red tie. Now I'm going to dive more into that Coral Floral color, which is that transition shade. I'm going to dive into Best Shade Ever as well, which is that Spongebob yellow. And I'm going to blend it out at the bottom of this and just buff it out. All right, next I'm gonna start working on the other eye. I definitely wanna dive into these purples since Patrick, obviously, his shorts are green and purple. The first shade I'm gonna dive into is this shade Meow Meow Meow. And that is my bad Gary impersonation. And then I'm just gonna blend that out all over the lower lash line. And I'm really gonna blow out this purple. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Advanced Darkness. It's a really pretty dark purple color, and I'm gonna keep this a little bit closer to the lower lash line and blend it in with that purple. This is just gonna give our eyes more dimension. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of Deep Blue Sea, and then same exact thing we did with that last color, just gonna add it in, give the eye a little bit more dimension. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara and pop on some false lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I went ahead and finished up my eyes off camera. I added on the Baddington lashes. What are these called? Monroe? It says Monroe 3D Silk Lashes. So those are the ones I am currently using. And I went ahead and used that shade Tree Dome that was from the palette. And I added that on my inner corners and used it as my brow bone highlight as well. Let's get into the other products. Okay, so I already have concealer on my face currently. I didn't feel like wearing foundation today, so I just went into a few areas under the eyes, covered up some pimples. That was all I really felt like doing today, so that's already done, primed, and concealer done. So now I'm gonna go with the Hipdot X Spongebob Sandy Cheeks Blush and Bronzer Palette. This also comes with a mirror. Oh my god, it's like Sandy's helmet. You guys, this is so freaking cute. This is what it looks like. It has the bronzer on this side and the blush on this side. This is so freaking cool. I love that this brand did this. I'm just so happy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that bronzer shade. There is a lot of kickback, just so you guys know though, with this. I'm gonna go ahead and start bronzing. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, it blends though. It blends. Thank God. Wow, I was not expecting that. That actually blended out really nicely. Oh my god, I was so scared I was gonna have a freaking patch on my head. Now that I know how pigmented it is, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little bit on my brush, tap it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and start carving out my cheekbones. Okay, that actually wound up blending out really nicely. I don't hate this. If I had like a really nice tan going, I feel like I would like this a lot more. I am currently very pale right now, and this is just not my bronzer shade. Now I'm gonna go in with the blush. I'm gonna go in with this with a very light hand because there's already a lot of pigment going in initially. Like a cute little baby doll pink moment. Okay, so that's what the blush looks like here. I actually think it's really pretty if you just go in with a little tiny bit at a time. My biggest warning to you guys about this, a little goes a very long way. You're literally just gonna do the teeniest, tiniest little tap and then slowly and lightly go in, start blending it out, whatever you gotta do. I think this palette actually did wind up looking really nice. Again, I just feel like I would like this bronzer shade a lot more if I was a little bit tanner. That is my only real complaint about this. That and just how pigmented it is right off the bat. I'm one of those people, I like being able to build up colors. Personally, I just think it's a lot easier to work with. It was a little bit of a shock going in at first, but I'm happy with the end result. The next product I'm gonna go in with is the Hipdot X Spongebob Jellyfish 3-pack lip gloss set. I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch these and try all these out for you guys. Oh my god, it's so cool. This is what each one looks like. This is the packaging for it. It is so cute. We got 3 colors here. We have a gold color, we have like a bluish, purpley sheen color here, and then we have this pinky color here. Okay, you guys, so I actually went ahead and popped on a lip liner, and I used the shade Sea Star Gazer as my lip gloss over top. I actually think this looks so freaking pretty. I do really like these 2 glosses especially because they do make your lips look super plump and juicy, which is what I personally love in a lip gloss. They're also not super sticky. They feel more oily than anything, and those are the lip gloss formulas that I personally prefer. I think all these shades are beautiful. This is the one that feels the grittiest, obviously, because it is a lip gloss infused with glitter. There's a lot of glitter in this one, but I do think this one would be so much fun to put over top, maybe like a red lipstick during Christmas time. And overall, I actually do really like these lip glosses. My only complaint is that I did have to keep going in the tube over and over and over again just to get the right application that I wanted. The wand makes it so it can be super precise, which is what I love in a gloss personally. I like being able to get every single part of my lips, and this definitely helps with that, but I did have to keep going over and over and over again just to get the right amount. That's my only complaint. I'm so impressed. I didn't think I was gonna like these as much as I do. I typically don't even go for colors like this, but I don't know what it is. It's just so freaking pretty. I thought it was gonna be so much pinker initially going in, but it's more of like a nudie coral. You know what? I want a little bit of a highlight, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Tree Dome from the palette, and I'm just gonna use it to highlight my cheekbones real quick. Ooh, that's actually a really pretty highlight. I like that a lot. I love how this looks as a highlight. That's such a pretty highlight color, especially if I had like a tan going. I also have their sheet masks as well from this collection. They give you 4 of them, and they give you 2 Patrick ones and 2 SpongeBob ones. I am so excited to try these out, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and test these out tonight, and I will go ahead and insert a clip of me trying out right now. Okay, so I already washed and exfoliated my face, so now I'm gonna try the SpongeBob sheet mask for you guys. These are called the Hipdot SpongeBob Best Face Ever Mask, and it says it's supposed to glow and hydrate the face with marine protein and hyaluronic acid. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys, I can't. This is freaking hilarious. Oh my god, this is like nightmare fuel. Alright, I'm gonna let this mask sit for about 20 minutes, and then I'll be back and let you guys know my final thoughts. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Oh, it feels so good. Guys, people made this. Let's just take a moment to appreciate that. I'm gonna let this sink into the skin. Honestly, you guys, my skin feels so nice and hydrated. I wasn't expecting that right away. I have been extremely dry because winter is pretty much here in Chicago, so my skin has been incredibly dry. So I'm hoping this helps with that. Initially going in, when I first put it on, it did tingle a lot, like more than probably the average mask would. I do think that's only because I exfoliated like pretty rough before putting on that mask. Again, I did that only because my skin has been insanely dry. I really like it. It feels like a legit mask, and it smells really good too. Honestly, you guys, a little part of me truly believed that this was gonna be a gimmick, and obviously I am a big supporter of SpongeBob. I freaking love SpongeBob. I mean, that was the whole reason I bought this collection in the first place. I did not expect this to actually be high quality. I have heard some amazing things about the brand Hipdot, and I'm just blown away. I'm definitely gonna buy more of their palettes for sure, just because I love how these eyeshadows look. I love the way they blend. I've had this makeup on for a bit now, and my eyeshadow still looks extremely pigmented. The pigment on these is outstanding. And you guys, like, their palettes are not expensive. They're such a cheap price. I have a feeling that this brand is gonna become like the new ColourPop or the new Morphe. Like, I see really good things going on for this brand. This eyeshadow palette honestly blew me away. The color story is so freaking SpongeBob, and it put a smile on my face, honestly, when I first opened this. I was just so excited. I felt like a little kid playing with makeup again. Elementary school me would have been dying over this. I mean, 25-year-old me is dying over this, so. Also, the Sandy Cheeks blush and bronzer palette. I do actually really enjoy this. Again, you guys, you have to go into this with a very light hand. It is pigmented. Like, when I say it's pigmented, like, it is pigmented. For a blush and bronzer, I just prefer something that is like less pigmented. I like being able to build up my bronzers, blushes as well, but like bronzers especially. I just think it gives you a much more natural looking finish. Personally, it's just so much easier to handle. For the price of this, again, you guys, I do think that this is genuinely worth it, and I do think that these were really nice. It is a really nice color. If I was like going on vacation, I would bring this with me and I would freaking rock it. And then lastly, on these lip glosses, you guys, I love them. I think they're great. I love the formula. I don't really care for sticky glosses. I love glosses that feel like oil on the lips, and that's what these feel like. I did not think I was gonna like these as much as I do, and I am so freaking impressed. I'm just impressed with everything, you guys. I truly thought this was gonna be a gimmick, but it's not. It's legit, and you can tell people really put their heart and soul into these products. Anyway, you guys, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and have a great rest of your night or day wherever you guys may be. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.